Shalom, brothers and sisters. Welcome back to Rooted in Hebrew. Today, I tell you, it's just one of these mornings. I woke up late. Couldn't hardly sleep last night, but it is what it is, and things happen the way they happen. Uh, we don't usually get a lot of snow here, but they got a nice amount of snow here in Little Rock, Arkansas, and it's cold. I tell you, I didn't realize how much living in Africa will have an effect on your body when it comes to this cold. Because I was like, wow, I never felt like this before. I came from Chicago, so 11 degrees, okay. Shoes. You go that now, I feel like an icicle. But I'd like to welcome you all back to Friday, the 10th of January. And I was going through the news feed. This thing that's going on with, not this thing, the judgment that's going on in over there in California. That stuff is real. That stuff is real. Now, even though they have the fires, now they saying they have people in the neighborhood just trying to break into the doors and everything. Now, looting. If it gets like that, when you're taking a bulldozer and using a bulldozer to move the vehicles out of the way, and these was nice looking vehicles, but people just got out of their cars and they took leave on their foot because the traffic was held back. So they came in with bulldozers. Just see them to see how they was using the bulldozers to move the cars out the way. What do you think the world is going to do as they saying that on TV? Yeah, they going out there and they gonna try to get them a car, get whatever they need to get out of it. They saying what you doing to the car, and so now they complain. What they're speaking about now, the looting. But with all that fire, they some bold people though. If they're saying that that's what's going on right now, they bold. I'm not trying to go into the fire. I'm not. That's just me. But this is these judgments. They real. Shalom, Sister Monica. These judgments, brothers and sisters, I'm telling you, these are the signs that Yahushua was telling us to always be looking out for. When you catch sight of this, when you catch sight of that, he's been telling us. But it's something. You can read these things. We can read what Yahushua was, told us what to look out for. And we can see. And you know what? With all of that, we still manage to be blind. Some of us manage to be blind at the same time. It's like we choose what we want to see and when we want to see it and how we want to see it. And then when we get that feeling, hey, I want to concentrate on these last days. No, I don't want to turn it on and off like it's a light switch. That's the danger of that. I was getting a few comments about yesterday's live, and some brothers and sisters they was not appreciative. Not the one I did, but what they have seen on the other brother's show, how they was going back and forth at it until it gets to a point. Hey, leave it alone and let the Most High, deal with it. That's just how I'm looking at it. But I just hope that when it's all over said and done, that we all wake up, look at what's really happening, and move as one. Don't get me wrong, brothers and sisters, it do look like that ain't gonna happen. It do. But we don't know what the Most High will, how he will move that, or how he will maneuver the situation. Because I tell you, there's a lot of discouragement going around. Shalom, Sister Pixie Dust. There's a lot of discouragement that is going around. And truthfully, brothers and sisters, if you had to add it up, there's more, we have more discouragement than encouragement. And that's what I'm seeing. I used to get alerts for brothers who has a live coming on, and I don't get that no more. I got to go through my subscription side and see who's talking about what and things of that nature. Shalom, Sister Daya. You know, because we I don't care how we look at it. That's like let me see. When you want that encouragement, you'll go through all of your feed. You just go through it, see who's on, see what they're talking about. You just play it because you're looking for some encouragement. Why you need to stay vigilant. You know why you need to stay on top of everything. Hold on just for a moment. Oh, wait, hold on just for a moment. I'm getting over this cold. I tell you, the thing got me got my voice sounding all funny and everything, but slowly but surely it's coming along. But I tell you, it's this stuff it's gotten a little bit realer. Now we see the situation, what's going on in LA. Then we see what's going on in Saudi Arabia in Mecca. That the waters over there is ridiculous. The rains, yes. When the Most High said, I'm telling you, brother, the thing about it is that I'm looking at this. The Most High, he said he's going to do these things for who? For each and every last one of you. The church has told us, you forgive your brothers and so on, so and so. The Most High is not worried about what happened in slavery. Well, I tell you this. These judgments says otherwise. They just ain't for today. And these judgments is going to get a lot more deeper, a lot more shocking when it comes to the Most High. Brothers and sisters, let's just look at it now. What is it we think that's not going to happen? All right, we've seen the judgment. All right, the first one, I would say, was that one that when COVID broke out. It was a blessing. That truthfully, that one was a blessing more so. It was a curse too, but it was a blessing for right-minded individuals. I'm gonna tell you the reason why I say that. That's when the world shut down. Everybody was in the house, and for the first time in years, people started to read their Bibles. If you go back and you talk to a lot of people, like, no, I got back into reading my Bible. I did too. I mean, I got into it. I got into it. But that was the time the world shut down. People start peering into their Bibles. Yes, I'm telling you, brothers and sisters, that was a blessing, truthfully. And then along with that, then we had this. We always got to be the poster child of some um, massive. Hold on. Some type of I'm gonna just say it this way. When that happened, we was the number one people. African Americans are more susceptible to getting COVID. You know what? I mean, and this is just me, brothers and sisters. This is what the world was saying, and it fooled a lot of us. It did. Oh, my mother was calling me, talking, oh, you need to go down there and get the shot for you and Mike. You need to go get the shot from you and Mike. Shh. Let me tell you something. I was not going to get no shot. I don't even like needles anyway. You want to see a grown man cringe? Show me a needle. But that was the time, brothers and sisters, where we sat down and we listened to the Most High. We listened. That was the most time when brothers and sisters was on, looking all through YouTube, and it didn't take a whole lot. It did not take a lot to find brothers and sisters. Because when they started talking, everybody started listening. Now we went from that massive, that worldwide epidemic. You know, Sister Pixie Dust, a lot of Hollywood actors was out there telling people, hey, read your Bible. They may have meant it as a joke, but the joke went to a reality. If you want to talk about anything that's going to backfire on somebody, I think that was the one. That one right there, sitting in the house, and we talking about globally, brothers and sisters. You know what, sister? I seen that too. I heard so many jobs with making people doing it. Shalom, Sister Nisi. And then it got to a point, they were saying that if you didn't take it, you would not be able to buy any food or something. And I was like, man, these people taking this stuff to a whole different level. But now they were just really showing themselves. I seen comedians all on TV talking about, because they was getting ready for their little holidays. What's it? Thanksgiving. I never forget it. Thanksgiving. They was talking about, you know, if you didn't have your shot, you can't come over. And there was this comedian on the radio. Let's just say Steve. And he was talking about his family, if they ain't got their shot, you know, because they was pushing it. They was telling all these little so-called movie stars, poke fun at them, make them get this shot. And they was out there calling them stupid and all that. If you don't get your shot and everything. If you want to talk about bullying, that was also the time of bullying. And this is what they did. They did that to the T. They did. I never will forget that. Sister pushing. Sister Pixie, we got to take pushing. We got to say that. No, they was like just downright shoving. And they talked about people and things. if you didn't get the shot. That was ridiculous. It was. But now you're taking all of these things, at least the start of that. Then we started seeing, then we, the nations, along with this, once that plague kind of cooled down, that's when the world started pushing. Shalom, brother AJ. That's when the world started shoving, and they started getting themselves into this war. They had have some. Oh, you had the mandates. Oh yeah, you did. But then but the one thing I would say about that now, we'll just go back to that, is that they kept pushing that we were more likely to get sick. But then when the doctors came back and they said, no, that's not true. They said, African Americans, I never forget this. They said, no, all they have to do is step in front of the sun and get vitamin D. But it was just sad how we was the first. That fear. Why was they pushing all that fear within the African American, as if they doing us a solid? When the world sit up here and say, "Are you more susceptible to so and so, so and so?" They ain't doing you no solid. I can tell you that right now. And then they was concerned about the history. What? Hold on, let me go back. We was concerned about their history. That's what we was concerned about. Because when they talking about we need to come and take that shot, what do black people do? We was like, nigga, you done lost your mind. What you think you think we have forgotten all the testing of using us as guinea pigs? And they try to use that in the news against us too. And what did they have to do? They ain't gonna say have to do. I'm gonna tell you what they did. They got a brother or a sister as their spokesperson to speak up for them in order for them to maneuver us. That's what they did. They always do it. They gonna always have an ace in the pocket. Well, I ain't gonna call it no ace. Let's call it a spade in their pocket. Yeah, that's right. Tuskegee. The Tuskegee testing they was doing on us, all that stuff came back. Every last bit of it. Even down to AIDS. We know about everything they did. And as if we supposed to sit there and just drop down the stupid. And I'm not saying this, brothers. I'm going to say this. That brothers and sisters that may have succumbed to that, I don't think it was out of stupidity. Fear? Yes. Stupidity? No. No. I would not say that. This is what they did. And so now the reason why I say, brothers and sisters, are we paying attention to what's going on? Brothers and sisters are showing they're showing their disdain for drama. They're not trying to hear this going back and forth as brothers or sisters. They turning away from brothers like that. They turning away because they seeing a bigger picture, and they seeing that the drama, the nonsense, is wearing them out and is messing with their confidence in the Most High. So in order for brothers and sisters not to feel that way, they turn them off. They unsubscribe. If you can't stand back and look here and say, you know what, I'm looking at these brothers and sisters, and I see discouragement. You know, you have that gift from the Most High. You use it. You literally use encouragement to lift His people up, because the Most High is going to give you something, brothers and sisters, in order for you to know. And if you come to, if you're listening to the Most High, you go act upon it. You're going to act upon it. This is a time where we, as it, you know, what was it, sister? What was that sister name? Oh no, there was a sister that sent. She sent the message, and I had to agree. I had to reply. I said, "You're on point." She said, "Now her faith," and this is what she was saying. Her faith is so important. She's not allowing anything to damage it, because this is a life and death situation that we are encountering. I'm serious. These brothers and sisters are they're taking things into their hands. If you're not, Shalom, Sister Patricia, it's nice to have you in today, sis. If you're not on top of your faith, and I'm talking about leaders, now these brothers and sisters now they calling people out, not publicly. They're not doing it publicly. They calling them out personally. They're going to voice their opinion about this or that, but it's their survival that they're looking at. You're not going to keep coming up with all this negative. They're showing how much they think about all the negative. Because I tell you, brothers and sisters, truthfully, if I came on this channel, even though it is written in the scriptures about the shortcomings of Israel, and every single day, I'm talking about all the bad thing that Israel did, you will not have a channel. Now you may have a channel with the Gentiles, but you won't have you will not have a channel with descendants of Israel. Please correct me if I'm wrong. Although the Most High has it written in the scriptures, but we do know what negativity will bring. And don't get me wrong now. Brothers and sisters, they do not shy away from the actions of our forefathers. We don't. We do not shy away from it. But one thing we don't do, we don't capitalize. Well, let me take that lie back. We do. We do capitalize on it to a measure of degree. We capitalize on it in this way. We try to move opposite of what they did towards the Most High. That's how we try to capitalize on it. We see what this right here is what the Most High dislike. All right, this is what they did. All right, we need to move in this way. Yeah, I mean, I understand this, Sister Patricia. Sister Patricia, that was you that sent me that message. I just thought about that. Was that you? And I replied to you. Was it you or daughter of Yah? What? Well, I got to go back and look at it. But I mean, it was so much on point. It wasn't. I tell you, it was something else. And I said, "No, you're on point." And because I said I had to do the same thing. Shalom, Sister Linda Cross. Alrighty, I got to go back and look at it again. Yes, but the comment was, I tell you, it was on point, and I understood everything that she was saying. But I tell you, These last days, brothers and sisters, if we not keeping our eyes open, we might find ourselves getting lost. I'm serious. That's what it means. It's getting to that point, it would appear. This is some serious times in which we are living. And I mean, I'm not trying to be naive uh, all my life now. I'm not. I tell you, it is, these things are mind blowing. I mean, what, a couple of months ago, you had Spain that was up underwater. They got so much rain in one day that they usually get for the whole year. They got it in 8 hours. Come on now, brothers. How are we forgetting these things? The country is as shocked when that happened. What do you think they sit down saying? They got to still be talking about it. Like, how in the world in a matter of 8 hours, we got all the rain in 1 year? I mean, hold on for a moment. I'm sorry about that. I'm back. So now, let's think about this, brothers and sisters, for a moment. You know, the world got to be thinking about this thing. They got to be asking themselves these questions. I'm talking about leaders now. They're looking at, hey, we got a year's worth of rain in a matter of 8 hours. What's going on? You thinking that? Do you think that these nations are not adding this stuff up? Saudi Arabia, underwater, uh, Dubai, all of these countries, the Most High is hidden. If you look at it, brothers and sisters, they have an intense hatred against you. Shalom, brother Ricky. They have an intense hatred against you. All they do is sit back and look at it. And so now, if we consider, and let's just say, let's just say this here, that when that rain hit Spain a few months ago, in a matter of 8 hours, they was up underwater, right? Okay. How can we brush that to the side? It's all right. That's old news, brothers and sisters. This is not old news. I don't care if it did happen a few months ago. That's that type of news that Yahushua was telling you to look out for. That's that news that he told you to look out for. When the West, and I gotta say this, I gotta pick my words on this one here. Back, let's see, we gotta go back a year, maybe a year and a half, when the West was pushing this agenda in Rwanda, Uganda, and even in Tanzania, when it comes to people preference, they was pushing that. And a lot of countries like, no, you can keep that nonsense. You can keep it. Come on, brothers and sisters. That was part of the last days. Luke chapter 21. When Yahushua was saying, hey, the days of Lot will combine itself to the time of the end. The days of Lot. And they was pushing it. And they still are. But these are the things he was telling us. Hey, when you catch sight of this here, lift your head up because your deliverance is near. Brothers and sisters, it seems like, excuse me, it seems that we see something. We'll talk about it for like a week or two, but once it starts to die down, our alertness go right along with it. The alertness that Yahushua told us to have when you catch sight of the Brothers and sisters, let's go back 20 years ago. 20 years ago. You didn't see this here. No, don't get me wrong. You seen, you know, an earthquake here, an earthquake there. All right, yeah, he was judging the nations. Still. But when 2019 kicked in, you had Turkey and Syria had an earthquake one behind the other, both of them massive. The world started on, and that's what got me when Ukraine and everything, they start getting towards and they talk about support Ukraine, and I was just so shocked just to see all those black people walking around with a flag wrapped around their neck. I mean, my cousin was one of them. I'm like, what in the name? If we just go back, brothers and sisters, and hold those judgments that the Most High has put out and is still putting out, trust and believe, they're going to get more intensified. This did not the judgments of Egypt, did they not intensify? Did they not intensify? It got down to the last one. What was that last one? Shalom, Sister Yvonne Daniels. I'm glad you made it in, sis. That last one was, matter of fact, it came out of his own mouth. It was the death of a firstborn. That one there set everything off, brothers. That there set things off. Israel's seen something they never seen before. They're hearing things they never heard before, and that was a wailing. Shalom, Brother Robert. That was a wailing. They was crying. They was losing firstborns like it wasn't no thing, and that was including their stock too. The animals, they were dropping, boom, boom, boom. They was dropping. That was, you started here, but you ended up here. Brothers and sisters, how has these judgments started? They started off as what you may call, let's go with what the world say, as natural disasters. Yeah, okay. But 2019 kicked in. That was the difference with that now, brothers and sisters. And that first one, that plague, that sickness, yes. So truthfully, brothers and sisters, we cannot be underestimating these the judgment that the Most High is putting out. Because trust and believe, they're going to get heavier. It's going to get heavier. And that's the thing we do not want to fall victim to, is to believing that, hey, these things just happening. No, they're not just happening. They're getting heavier. When China, what was that? Not redacted, redirecting. Last year, that sister, her husband, they put up a video about what was going on in China. They were showing water being squirted up from the ground, going up like 4 feet, 5 feet high. And these white rocks was coming through the asphalt. Now, if you want to talk about something that was that can raise your attention, that video was it. They literally was showing the bulging of asphalt coming up, but then it's a white rock that came up. And brothers and sisters, down to this very day, I don't know what that is, but I'm like, man. But we tend to forget those things. We can't forget them. We cannot forget none of these plagues, because those images or knowledge of what has happened is for you. That's for your encouragement. These things got to take place in order for you to get up out of captivity, in order for you to see salvation from the Most High. He said it. So now why should we downplay what we are witnessing? Granted, let's just say it's been, hold on just for a moment. How can we downplay um, what we have been witnessing? It's just not going to be advantageous for us. It's not. The world is going to do any and everything to tell us, hey, this is just it's global warming. It's supposed to happen. The ice of the North Pole is melting because the Earth is heating up. Okay, call it that. Call it just that. The Earth is heating up and all that. But then from our book of history and our book of things to come tells us something totally different. Yeah, they're lies, sister. That's exactly what they've been telling. We have been instructed by Yahusha. Keep your eyes wide open. You see these things. Know that I am near the door. You go hear of wars, reports of wars. See that you are not terrified, for I am near. When you're starting to catch sight of these things, let the reader use discernment and flee to the mountains. The same thing is happening with us, Israel. The same thing is happening. But we should not allow, before I say that, let me go back. Before I say that, I'm going to say this. The world has pushed me. The world has maneuvered us. That's what the world has did. It maneuvered us to have a concern. And that concern is it's a legitimate concern. And that is to take care of your family. But this is how they got us. Now we have the encouragement, we have the warning from Yahusha. When you catch sight of the disgusting thing, let the reader use discernment and things of that, and flee. Now, some brothers did just that. They did. They did just that. Others, money does not allow them to go. Because truthfully, brothers and sisters, if you do flee, let's just say you do flee, I'm not going to lie to you. You're still fleeing into captivity. And listen to me when I say this. It's the laws in all these other lands that were literally not necessarily written against you, but for the natives. That's what the laws was written against. But truthfully, they affect you just as much as them. Now, if you can get them to see it, they're not going to see it. They were thinking they're using those laws against you. I literally sat down with a lawyer and we had a long conversation. I'm like, man, I said, y'all talk like this is talking about me. There's two of them. I said, these laws are talking about you. I don't live here. You do. The money that I have, and I had to say it this way, is more valuable than your own money. So now, who can supersede this a whole lot faster between me and you? And they knew it was me or African Americans. And the brother, they had to literally sit down and say, you know what, I see your point. I see your point. I said, brother, y'all going there talking about what we can't do. This here is to keep you in slavery. Now we are starting to understand in a wider way of thinking that this fleeing is scrubbing off any vintage of Babylon. No matter where you go, you got to scrub this off of you. If it's a line of thinking, you got to scrub it off. If you think I'm joking when I say scrub it off, keep living. Keep living. You're going to see, because these judgments, they're going to get harder. They're going to get heavier. And they're going to become more blatant to you than anybody. Well, the world going to see it too. But you're going to see the blatantness of these judgments. That's coming from the Most High. It's going to happen. Look at the history of our forefathers and how the Most High came against that nation as to how they treated his people. That last one, like I said, oh, you start at the first one, you go to the last one. Oh no, that was like the cherry on top. But that had to happen in order for Israel to be freed. That had to happen for Israel. They seen that. Wait a minute, hold on. Oh, wait a minute. All these people died overnight. Yes, it got their attention, didn't it? It got Egypt's attention. Everybody, not just the king. Everybody. It got their attention. So they were like, oh no, y'all Negroes, y'all got to go. They knew who was fighting for them. And it took that for them to wake up. Hey, I've been asking you to let my people go for the longest. And you want to move like you pouring molasses. Most High, he sped them up. He sped them up. Oh yeah, they understand life now. Let's not get it twisted. They understood life. After that night, yes, it's time for y'all to go. What is it going to take, Israel? What is it that the Most High is going to use? Because there's trust and believe. The world is waking up to this. Y'all can keep on talking about global warming if you want to. And it's falling on so many politicians' ears. Today I'm waking it up. They're literally asking questions that would hold down. All of this here is happening now. People around here is quoting scriptures and everything. These people are, now they're starting to see something. But what is it? What is it that the Most High is going to intensify? It's going to get their attention. Because whatever that's going to be, it's going to be your exodus at the same time. It's going to be your exodus. They go recognize something. Now, brothers and sisters, I can't say what it is, but it's going to be something that's going to be heavy. It's going to be heavy. They putting out their schedule as to 2020, 2025, whatever they're going to do here, 2020, 2030, 2050. They putting out schedules as to what they're trying to achieve. I'm telling you, something, brothers and sisters, I'm telling you, is going to be of a magnitude. The world is going to sit back, let these people go. That's what's happening. Something of a worldwide event is going to happen. And our brothers and sisters, whatever it is, I cannot put my finger on it because we all over the earth. In order for the world to see this here, it has to be it got to be in that same network. For the world to sit up here and say, let his people go. Let his people go. You think Muslims out there saying that? Now the world is going to be saying it. The world is going to fall down its arm. Let these Negroes go. Give them what they want. We're at that time. Shalom, Sister Kathy. It's going to happen. We're seeing this happening, brothers. Like I said, they got what a year's worth of rain in 8 hours in Spain a few months ago. Mecca is underwater. The United States, I mean, it seemed like some of everything happened in the United States. You may have a forest fire, neighborhoods on fire. You may have an earthquake here and there. It seemed like the United States is getting hit with everything that's happening worldwide. And the thing about it is, it ain't even intensified yet. That's the thing. You talking about you have this these people talking about this fog or whatever. Yeah, we got some snow here too, Sister Kathy. Mm-hmm. These are things happening, brothers and sisters, but something is going to happen on a magnitude that's going to get your attention and theirs. Their attention is going to wake up. Is going to wake them up. They're going to go through our book. This is what happened in Egypt. We need to let these people go. They're going to start to believe. That's what they're going to do. They're going to start to believe. But something is going to get their attention. Something. I mean, what it is, I just cannot put my finger on it. I mean, Babylon. And then, you know, the thing about Babylon is this. It's all over the world. So whatever happens here, it's going to permeate across the globe. Because wherever Babylon is, or wherever she got her residue is, that place is going to get judged too now. We're talking about globally. West Africa, South Africa. Yeah. Anybody that laid in the bed with her, there's a judgment that's coming about. I'm not speaking of, well, it's a judgment, period. The Most High said, if you keep on wearing her get up, you're going to get judged. If you do not want to get judged, now don't get me wrong now, brothers and sisters. Let's not misunderstand what I'm saying. There are some nations that are taking that to heart. Now, whether it's going to be scripturally based as to their own knowledge, that remains to be seen. But there's a spirit that the Most High is putting in some of these leaders, especially in West Africa. They're kicking the beast out. Now, whether they know that or not, that remains to be seen. But they're doing something that the Most High been telling. Amen. He been telling us, "Hey, separate yourself. You are a separated people, Israel, from this beast." That's what he said. And these leaders, they're doing it. They're doing it. Oh yeah, they got the plagues, the plagues. It's who, but there's going to be one. It would appear. Now, I mean, like I said, I can't put my finger on it, what it's going to be, but it's going to be one that's going to set the world ablaze. When they go recognize something, and then they go be in fear. And truthfully, they go be in fear, and that fear is going to give us time. That fear is going to give us time for us to do. I would say, if it would line us up with what's up, brother? Um, to even if it's for an Exodus, if it's for an Exodus, it's going to give us time. I'm going to tell you the reason why I say that. They're going to recognize what's going on. So you go, I mean, whether they give it to you or you go and find it, and then set your data where, hey, this is where we leaving out. No matter where we at, brothers and sisters. Now, this is what the Most High says. His people going to be leaving with goods. And ain't just here in the United States, brothers and sisters. We talking about on a global. That's global. Now, it may appear to be impossible. Not so with the Most High. If he said it's going to happen, it's going to happen. I don't care what you're talking. Judah is coming back with a shopping cart from different lands. And it's like Judah is going to be coming back with so much to the continent where they took us from. We're bringing the stuff back. Even the animals, the Most High said, will be leaving with us. The animals, this is how deep the Most High went in on it. The animals will be leaving. Whether they fly or whatever, I don't know how they're going to do it, but hey, the Most High said it's going to happen. And now, this is the thing, and brothers and sisters, I want you to look at. When he's talking about the animals, the Most High is showing his kindness towards the animals. But the nation and its people, they're going to be destroyed. They will be destroyed. Balaam, when he went over there to call this up, I mean, he was thinking he was going there to curse Israel. No, that donkey sat down, and the Most High calls the donkey to speak and say, "Hey, why you keep on beating me?" And that's when the angel appeared, and the angel told him, said, "Look here, I was going to kill you." Because the Most High got upset at him. Now, that angel is not the first time he had an encounter. The Most High talked to him in a dream, and he told him, "Hey, you can go, but you go speak the words I speak." But this is the Most High read his intention, and he was all geeked up on getting some money. He read his intentions, so he was not thinking about saying what the Most High was, what he was going to instruct him as what he needs to say. He was thinking he would go there, get the money, and say what he needs to say, and get on back. The Most High sent the angel with a sword. The donkey seen it. The donkey seen the angel. The donkey used common sense. I'm not trying. If y'all read that account, you'll see that donkey went into a field, and then Balaam started beating the donkey to get him back on the road. So he scrubbing against the walls, trying to get around the angel. Until eventually he just sat down and said, "Hey, The, the donkey knew, if I go, man, you're threatening my life. But I tell you, the Most High sent that angel, and the angel told him, I was going to kill you and let the donkey live. But then that man, he started to reason. Oh, I'm sorry. If you don't want me to go, I won't go. But he told him to go ahead on. But you're going to speak what I tell you to speak. And he did just that. Brothers and sisters, it made some, and then don't get me wrong, brothers and sisters, I know that we've been going through some things. Oh, sister, let me tell you something about that reparation. The reparations, yeah, they show they just showing their arrogance. That's all. Their reparation, their reparations are gonna be way worse than what they can't even imagine it. Sister, my thing is this, Sister Kathy. We know that gold, silver, that stuff it don't rust. It doesn't. So when they came in, the nations, they came in and desecrated our forefathers' land, Jerusalem, right? They did what they did. They came in, they just plundered Jerusalem. We had a lot of gold. And mind you, brothers and sisters, where did that gold come from? Where did Jerusalem get all that gold? I mean, although it came in over time, when was the first time we walked, we noted in the scripture that we had gold, truthfully noted, a massive amount. It was that gold we took out of Egypt. That's where it came from. But over time, that gold started to increase because they were trading with the nations and things where they only going there buy goods because Israel was on the move. Israel, once we left Egypt, we was on the move. We was living out of tents. So if you came upon a city, Israel probably went in there and bought and traded with the city. So yeah, they start to amass wealth, although walking about, living in tents. But by the time and then they came out the wilderness and they got to Canaan, hey, they start building cities then. Brothers and sisters, what I'm saying is this. All of that gold, the nations has that. We're not worried about no dollar. A paper dollar? Dude, please. Elevate our minds are way elevated than that. The elevation of that, man, you get about don't come here talking about, oh, we're gonna give you $30 million. Man, you don't get about talking about some $30 million worth of tree. You give us back what you stole. And that's what the world did. When they came in on Jerusalem and they did what they did to our forefathers. If you want to talk about a world's bank, we was that bank, Israel. We was that bank. And they came in. And the matter of fact, Jerusalem, the intense fire, the intense heat from the burning of Jerusalem melted the gold when the gold started sinking into the bricks. What makes you think that the Romans did not take all of that stuff and put it into their Shalom, Sister Van P? What makes you think that they did not start storing up those goods, those that all of that gold, and they've been rocking it ever since 70 CE up to this particular point? You're talking about from 70 CE, Israel. 70 CE. The Roman Catholic are still alive and kicking. They still got they're the shot callers. They're the pimps. They're the players. They're the one. You think that they do not have our forefathers' possessions? Israel, the Most High just told you what we're going to do. He said that we're going to be leaving with sustenance. I know some brothers and sisters are talking about, well, they could be education. Well, I'll call it what you want. But the nation is going to be made naked the way they made Jerusalem naked. Judah is clothing. It's clothing, literally clothing the nation to which we are from. That's all Judah is doing. And this is by the Most High's direction. We're the people who has a big shopping cart, and we are taking things from the world that they took from us, and they trampled us on, and we commandeering all of it. And the world is going to recognize it because the world is going to fall back. They're going to recognize whatever this last plague is going to be about. That's the one the world's going to recognize. They're going to recognize who is doing all of this and for who. They're going to recognize that Israel. They're going to recognize, this is their God. This is what the world is going to say. This is their God. This is what they're doing. They're going to fall back. They're going to fall back. And if you have some Gentiles that's in Africa, they're going to know, we got to get up out of here. He's fighting for these people. They're going to recognize two things. The God of the Israelites, he's not dormant. He's alive. And he's showing his hand. Israel, there is something on the horizon that's going to get their attention, because once they see that, they're going to fall all the way back, at least for 1,000 years of not messing with Israel. Oh, let's go back to a partly strong, partly weak system. But it's going to be based upon the destruction of Babylon. That's one thing that's one thing that's what have to happen in Israel. A destruction of Babylon will have to happen. And however the Most High is going to blend that destruction with the freedom of Israel, so be it. But it's going to have to happen. It's going to have to happen. And this is the reason why the Most High keep telling us to separate ourselves from Babylon. Because the residue, the thing that we may claim that we are used to, it's time for us to stop getting used to it. We got to get unused to it. Babylon has done a lot of things, brothers and sisters. And the sad thing about it is this Israel. Let me say Judah is this. A lot of things that they use or get or have gotten, it was at the life or the lives of our brothers and sisters on that continent. Let's not get it twisted or misunderstood. They did some things that took our brothers and sisters' lives to make our lives better, brothers and sisters. Yeah, we thinking just because we got a cell phone, everything is copacetic. It's not. You know, many brothers and sisters get trapped up under their mind for that cobalt and all that stuff, been buried alive. But we can walk around with a cell phone thinking we being important and all that stuff. Now, think about the brothers and sisters there. All these major companies uh, arming our brothers and sisters because they find a mine and they say, hey, and so now, truthfully, now you didn't brought guns into the situation. So now brothers and sisters thinking they're protecting the mine for themselves, for their families and things. Now you protecting the mine for some countries in Babylon. There's a lot of things, brothers and sisters, that we have. The TVs, the tablets, the cell phone, the smart watches. All of that has blood written on it. Israel. It has blood written all on it. And that's of our brothers and sisters. The vehicles. The lithium. Lithium is a mineral in Africa. They need that for batteries. There's a lot, brothers and sisters. I mean, truthfully, brothers and sisters, I'm not. We will be affected. We will. The Most High is not going to let His people continue to go that way, brothers and sisters. We're not going to be living luxury off of the expense of our brothers and sisters in Africa. It's not going to happen. It's not going to continue that way. When I say you want to say they made you feel like you're so important because you're in captivity, you reaping the benefits of a governmental decision as to they going to go in there and say we need cobalt, we need gold, we need platinum, we need this, whatever situation may be, and they go in there and they take it. Why do you think France getting kicked out? France over there, they're freezing now. Along with France, it's the United States. There's no love there at all. The power they thought they had is gone. This is what's happening now. They are, and I don't know how true this is. They talking about, Canada, I don't know if they go blend it together or whatever. If they do blend it together, it's going to get judged. It's going to get judged. But this massive judgment, this massive plague, wherever this country residue is at, it's going to feel it. It's going to feel it, brothers. This is not that time you want to sit back and thinking that, oh, it's just this happening here, that. No. This one here, and like I said, I don't know what it is. How the Most High is going to maneuver that where it's going to get the world's attention. This Exodus is just not African Americans. It's just not us. This is globally, brothers. And whatever is going to happen, it's going to happen worldwide. Whatever language, Judah is the only international speaking tribe. Judah, from a scriptural standpoint. I know camps talk about, well, we ain't even finna go down that way. I mean, because I do not endorse that. I do not believe that. But Judah, from a scriptural standpoint, is the one that Yahusha said was going to go into slavery. There was only two tribes left, Benjamin and Judah. And so, yes, we're going to see this. We're going to see something of a magnitude. And like I said, brother, I don't know what it is, but it's going to get the world's attention. It's going to get the world's attention. Now, the thing that I do not care for is this, brothers and sisters, and it seems like they know something, and it's demonic. And I'm gonna tell you this: when the United Nations figured out something is not right, what did they do? They went over there and they set up camp in Kenya. They went over there and set up camp in Kenya. Brothers and sisters, and I'm telling you right now, and I hope this stays in your ear. I hope it stays in your spirit like a seed. And so that we can better understand this. But the Most High said this. When you catch sight of the disgusting thing that causes desolation, let the reader use discernment. That right there. That thing that causes desolation. Now, before, it's the United Nations, all right? The United Nations. Brothers and sisters, you all can do the information on this too. Now, before it was called the United Nations, it was called the League of Nations back in 1944, 1945. And the initiative was for them to be like a one world order. The Catholic had their hand in that. The Romans, the Roman Catholic. Matter of fact, they're the only ones who has a seat. I think it's like 150 members. The Catholic religion is one of those members, brothers and sisters. It's one of those members. So now, and from what I read, they said they want to be on the continent to have a more impact upon the needs of the people of Africa. They said that stuff, girl. Brothers, they said that. I was like, you got to be joking, man. That's a demonic move. Now, why the Most High allowed that? That remains to be seen. But it is a disgusting thing that causes desolation. And the reason why I say desolation, it's talking about, their past history. And when it's all over said and done, what they trying to do for the very near future. Something is going to happen with that situation. And it ain't gonna be good. Because even we're going to continue to have that mindset of being a separated people. We're not coming in trying to sit behind no fire and say no kumbaya. This is the time Israel needs to heal itself. And that healing, that's going to take some years. That's what the Most High has given us. He's given us this time for us to heal. We need some us time. That's what we need. Along with this up and coming massive judgment against the world, that's when we start healing. And also on top of that, the nation is going to recognize something. The Gentiles, wait a minute, hold on. They're going to have to sit back and say, wait a minute. This is the Most High moving like this for these people? And I'm going to tell you something about Gentiles. Let me just say white people. White people are not done now. When they see life, they know life, they want life. What do you think they're going to do? Oh, no, I'm going with these Negroes here. They have the sayings of everlasting life. Not just a saying. They have a protection. They have a creator who is fighting for them. We've never seen this before in our lives. They're gonna start grabbing hope. They're gonna start doing the number. They're going to start doing the numbers, brothers. They're going to start to see there is a slave mentality that's in the air. If they're going to see these things, they're going to recognize, hey, wait a minute. This cat over here told me he could put something in your head. But they have a creator who is showing us real life. They're going to start to make a difference, Israel. And the only thing that they can see, tangible, that they can touch, is going to be you. It's going to be you. From the oldest of Israel to the very youngest. I don't care if that child may be a day old. I don't care if that child is 1 minute old. That child will have the sins of everlasting life and the protection of the Most High. The world is going to recognize that Israel is going to, but it's going to take a destruction of a nation. And that destruction is going to get everybody's attention. Whatever that plague, that magnitude is going to be, they're going to look straight dead at you, each and every last one of us, and say, I'm going with these people here. They seeing the slave base is being made, Israel. They witnessing that right now. Why do you think that the United States opened up these doors in Europe? They know something. They know it. Hey, hold on. But you don't think this world is just sitting back, analyzing and studying scriptures and saying this? These people God has awakened. These Negroes are awakening. They're letting it be known who they are. This is not something of their own initiative, something that came up on their own. Their God has awakened them up. He is acting for them. How are you going to do it? Well, the world knows it needs a slave base in order for them to move. Why? The same thing happened in Egypt, brothers and sisters. The same thing. Pharaoh did not want to let those Israelites go. He knew that's what his major currency came from. It's those Israelites. Yes, he go fight to hold on to them. They fighting to hold on to us too, brothers. But now they say, hey, one thing about it, one thing about the Babylon, they say, wait, we got to do something. Somebody gotta serve somebody. Because if we don't have a people in servitude, what? They're gonna come against us. They open up those doors. They open up the doors. And brothers and sisters, let's understand this also now. I know the camps says that these particular people are this particular tribe. Yeah, but I'm gonna just say it this way, brothers and sisters. There is a chain of command in this wicked world in which we live in now. Listen to what I'm saying on this. We know that, let's just call them Caucasians. Let's call them top dog. All right. Let's just say they stand on top. Who is at the bottom, brothers? Truthfully, scripturally, it's us, Negroes. We're the least of all people. That's scripture now. For all those that knows that, that's scriptural. We are least of all nations. Now, how these camps come in and say, well, you know what? These people, they just like us too. Talking about Spanish? No, they're not. They're not like us. Now they may have had bad things happen to them or whatever situation may be. Granted, but when you go into uh, Mexico, you go see the black Mexicans, and you will see they're the least of all people on that continent. And the so-called native Mexican, they do not like them. There's an intense hatred against them from them. Brothers and sisters, this is nothing but a chain. That's all it is. You're going to start from the greatest and you're going to go down to the least. The thing about it is, it's just like a file cabinet. We're being snatched out of it. We're being snatched out of it, period. We're no longer part of the nation. The Most High is pushing it. He's sliding us right on out. Now, whoever falls at the bottom, that remains to be seen, but it ain't going to be Israel. It ain't going to be these Negroes. That's one thing it's not going to be. So that slave base, yes, they grooming that. They are literally grooming the slave base. And what do you think, these Gentiles not paying attention to that? They paying attention to it. They are seeing what is about to happen when they're within their world. Now, like I mean, brothers and sisters, the scripture never once said who's going to be least of all people after Israel. I mean, at least I haven't seen a scripture, but we know for a fact it won't be Israel. Israel will be set apart. We would no longer be up under their pyramid, as you may say, and we would not serve as the base. We're not going to the only thing we will hold up is our praise to the Most High. That's what we're going to have. These are the things we need to listen to, talk about, because brothers and sisters, I'm telling you, we are on a whole different totem pole. Oh yeah, Zechariah 8:23, even shall take hold of the skirt of him that is a Jew or Yahudim, saying, we will go with you, people, for we have heard that Yahuwah is with you. Zechariah 8:23. Thanks a lot, Sister Linda Cross. That's what I'm talking about. That's what we need to be holding on to, brothers and sisters, because that's a prophecy. And that prophecy is being acted out right now. It has been, it's been acted out, thought about. The nation, the rulers, they are making judgment calls. Brother, I'm not even trying to fool myself. They having meetings. They having sit downs. They doing this. They are the new pharaohs. They're the new pharaohs making calls, saying, "Hey, this is what needs to happen. If we keep on going, it's going to get like this here." They know these things. They know it. They know exactly what's going on. It ain't like this stuff is new to them. They know eventually Judah is going back to the continent where they was kidnapped from. They know these things. And like I said, like Sister Linda Cross posted the scripture, the nations, not when I say the nation, I'm not even speaking about the political rulers and things of that nature. I'm talking about the average people. Brothers and sisters, they're recognizing it. They're recognizing a new slave base of people. Now, who those people are going to be, if they want to sit up and say, hey, we got robots and all that, that's them. That's their doing. If they want to talk about robots, and this is another thing, this virtual reality thing, they putting that on the market as if, hey, you can buy this here. This stuff is just blowing me away. I did not know that my crypto dollars is involved in some virtual reality that you can buy planets. You can do this on your planet. You can buy space, and I'm like, dude, who want to live that way? But this is what Satan is pushing out for. That's new slave base. This is what they're pushing out, Israel. They wants to leave reality just to trick your mind in some virtual space in your head. That's absolutely is demonic. But they've been pushing this stuff out for years. There was a movie, I forgot the name of the movie, but Bruce Willis played it. And he was something like a detective. He had a robotic side, then he had a real side, and then there was a virtual side. He had his young self, and it's the virtual, or I think it was robot. But anyway, they pushing this stuff out there because he was there. His real body was in the house, in his bedroom. His wife, she was in another bedroom, and they had these little goggles or whatever on their head, and they were just laying there like sleep, aging. The world is putting it out there of what they're trying. And now you start looking at these movies, you start, wait a minute, you mean to tell me they literally, when you start go back looking at these movies like maybe 20 years old or older, you're starting to ask yourself the question. I'm like, man, is this what they've been trying to do? There was another one, what was the dude's name? Not Tom Selleck. What's the guy's name? Mission Impossible. What's the boy's name? Tom Cruise. Minority Report. And this thing here was talking about, it was looking into the future, and it was going to, and it goes out there and then arrest people. And they were like, what am I getting arrested for? Are you going to commit a crime of this particular time? And they go, and that's what the gist of the movie. But if you get into the movie, it has something to do with 3 women floating around in some water. And these women was the one, was it 3 women? I forgot. But it was the women in the water. And they're supposed to be the ones telling them, and they had this information. And they blended somewhat of a spiritual side of it and made it technical. Brothers and sisters, I'm telling you, this stuff is so demonic, it ain't even funny. It's not funny. Because when you start dealing with technology, and if you keep on going back with it, it's going to go right back to Enoch and the fallen ones. That's what it's going to lead back to. It is absolutely, it is something else. It is absolutely something else. But I tell you this, oh brothers and sisters, something is going to happen that's going to get the world's attention. It's going to happen. The thing about it is, we are being encouraged by Yahushua to stay alert, to keep our senses. And when I say keep our senses, we got to do that. That is like, we got to do it. Things are going to happen. Yeah, they coming up with these robots. Now, the last time I heard of something happening with these robots, now I'm gonna say this though. Now, a couple of years ago, and they, what they're, even if you look at some of these movies, the last one I seen, they took technology. Was it Justice League? And if you look at that, the guy who's supposed to came from the pits of hell, he was more of a mineral, but he was looking demonic. But he had technology I'm telling you, brothers and sisters, they're taking this technology and demonizing it. Well, it was demonized from the get-go when I'm talking about making it demonic. So now when you start talking about these robots, and they made it like iRobot, you seen that movie, the thing like they so cordial and all this stuff and everything. Brothers and sisters, let me tell you something. I'm really coming to understand a lot more of why Africa is not a continent that is absolutely just built up to modern standards. It is a blessing that it's not. It is a blessing that it is not. Because we're going to see what technology is truthfully about. And I seriously believe that is the Most High's doing of why that continent is not built up the way we may think it should be built up. The Most High is showing that he has nothing to do with Hashatan and the things he claimed that he's going to put together. Things that he came and said, hey, let's do this here, let's do that there. The Most High do not need their help in doing nothing. He's the creator of all things, Israel. That's who he is. I tell you. Sister Monica, he says, was talking with the coward co-workers about his yesterday. All right. But that's the thing. The demon activity, brothers, is high. And it should be, because they're scared. They're seeing something. And brothers and sisters, let's just say, hypothetically speaking, that this may be our what's the word? Well, I ain't gonna say it could be. This is what it is. We have an Exodus that's on the record. We know that. We have an Exodus that's already on the record. Now, along that Exodus, once that Exodus is completed, and all of Judah is back on that continent, the 1,000-year reign, it starts. What is 1,000 years to a wicked spirit? That's no time. That's stressful. Because not only did you just start from the time of your insurrection against the Most High, now you're getting down to the wire. You're down to the countdown. Yes, you're going to have Hashatan around that stressful. You're going to have him there. He's going to be placed in that abyss. I'm telling you. He's making preparation for his inactivity. That's what he's doing, brothers and sisters. He is making plans. And unfortunately, brothers and sisters, some of his plans it involve us, because he's trying to get us used to a particular way of life. If you got to harm your brothers to have a laptop, and that's affecting your brother's livelihood, that's what he wants. But when you wake up and you find out who you are, and you go, wait a minute, you mean to tell me that I am affecting my brothers just by having this life? Yeah, things needs to be done a whole lot different, Israel. The world goaded us into this here. But once we have that knowledge of what we are doing to our brothers and sisters, but let's wake up and do better. Let's wake up and do better. It may not sound like it's something, but it is something. It is something. It's going to happen. It is absolutely going to happen, that the day is going to come that the Most High he's going to put some on these nations, and it's going to be undeniable. It's going to be undeniable. I wouldn't necessarily say Armageddon, but it's going to be a judgment that they're going to recognize it. And along with them recognizing that, they will also recognize who these people are. And for those that may not know, it's going to be jaw dropping to them. These people that live like this here, yeah, those are his people. And the Most High is going to forgive who he's going to forgive, Israel. And that's one thing we're going to have to boil down to all at the same time. Who you thought was not going to make it is the person that's going to make it. And the people that you thought that was going to make it is the people that will not make it, Israel. You may have a person like that claim to be the most holiest person on this planet. He may be that person who may not make it into the wilderness or make it into Yah's kingdom. The Most High knows exactly who he's weeding out, Israel. So now we can go back, we can go and base things on what we see and what we hear. The Most High, he's going a whole lot deeper than that. He's looking at that action. He's looking at that heart. That's what he's going to be looking at. So now, whoever you think, you may have this, I'm going to say it this way. You may have this sister here who lived a defiled life. That may be that one the Most High keep. Because one thing about the Most High, he always look at the downtrodden. And the downtrodden be like, I just need a little help to do better. They want the help. It's the ones who think they got it all together, that think that they do not need the help. Those are the ones you may see fall to the wayside. That thinking of who you think is going to be there, by his hands and by his design. I'm telling you, you go in the book of Revelation and say, hey, some of Israel will be thrown outside to where the dogs are at. That's where they're weeping and their gnashing is going to be. That's Israel he was talking about, brothers. That's Israel. That's some of us. This is real. Now, that scripture, if you read that scripture 20 years ago, it probably didn't hold no weight. But now, that scripture is holding a great deal of weight. A great deal of weight. This shenanigan we have and going back and forth with this contention, and we know for a fact that contention is one of the things that the Most High despises. Wait a minute. Hold on, sis. Your son-in-law is upset about the California's governor was at Ghana's presidential inauguration while California is on fire. She found Africa. Hey, well, let me say this, Sister Yvonne. Let me say this. I'm telling you, sister, these people are putting importance in place. That's what they're doing, Sister Yvonne. They seeing something. They seeing something. I'm telling you now. They are seeing something. Wait a minute, this place is a dying stick. It's a dying stick. There's too many negatives, Sister Yvonne, on this continent. Too many negatives. When I say this stuff is all about Africa. Every nation wants their foot in Africa. They're not trying to be friends with us, not at the moment. They're not. They're just trying to take. Well, let me take that. The one. And I'm gonna say this, brothers. I'm gonna say this. Well, before I say that, let me go to this. These people, they're seeing things. It's Sister Yvonne. They seeing things. They seeing some. They seeing writing on the wall, and they're not even trying to entertain questionable what ifs. They trying to go in. This is the way it's moving. This is the way it's moving. This is what we need to move. You ain't gonna stop that fire over there in California. They can't stop it. Yeah, I think I'll be in Africa too when it's all over said and done. What, you think I want to be there with all that fire going? No, I do not. I would not. The shot callers, the rulers, they already gone, brothers and sisters. The United States is a dead stick in the water. It's just floating. You got these individuals right here talking about this and they talking about that. Brothers and sisters, trust and believe. The day is going to come. They're going to show themselves. And it's going to end up in a big boom. And then if you want to talk about leave the world behind, brothers and sisters, they already left. They have already left. Don't fool yourself to believe that they still here and they make. Those are the puppets. Those are the puppets. What massive news you heard lately about World War III? Everything is all about getting things prepped for World War III. They want to fight this war during the wintertime. Who sit down and you call him Putin? Hey, look here, we want to get this thing started off on in the wintertime. What date do you have on your calendar to be good that we can go ahead and get this thing started? Do you really truly think they having that type of discussion, brothers and sisters? But this type of dumb stuff that this world would take. Hey, the United States want to fight the war in the wintertime. Brothers and sisters, if you want to talk about some absolute nonsense, some absolute dumb stuff, this is what this world is doing. This is what this world is doing. Pushing out some unnecessary dumb stuff, dumb decisions. They know exactly how things are being moved. Those people are gone. They're gone. Are you? And then truthfully, brothers, I'm going to say this too. What you may see on TV is not what you may see in real life. They done got AI down packed now, brothers and sisters. You may think you're looking at a person. Nope, 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 nope. You may think you're looking at a person. They done got this AI thing down packed. I'm not putting nothing past this wicked system because now they're starting to put things in place. While they hide their faces, their true faces, hey, throw that robot out there, throw that AI out there, whatever works. Put it on out there. I'm sorry, brothers. Let me take that back. I'm not saying I'm sorry. No. They are making the worst decision. And then the thing about it, brothers and sisters, we was once in their position. The Most High brought that upon us. Yes, he did. But then he woke us up. Now we're starting to raise our heads erect. We're starting to make better decisions. They making some of the dumbest decisions. But those people are gone. Those people are gone. They know what's about to happen, brothers and sisters. If they got to keep up some nonsense to keep people in delusion, because whatever the people that's going to be left over, that's going to be the slaves. When it's all over said and done, those are going to be your slave-based people. The other ones, the ones that claiming them, they're in bunkers. They're not trying to go to it. They're not trying to go over to where the Negroes at. They don't want to be in no type of servitude to anyone. It's those ones that's left behind that's going to start to see and understand who we are. That's who they're going. Those are the ones who are going to be seeing. This is where we stand this very day, brothers. Israel is rising. Israel is on the rise. And if we continue to maintain that, that's going to keep us away from unnecessary nonsense, brothers and sisters. And trust and believe, we're going to get that nonsense. I'm not worried about the world. Right now, that nonsense is going to come from our own people. The Most High calls some of his people cowards from their actions. And he said, those cowards will be outside with the dogs. He's talking about Israel. If you are here mistreating your brothers and sisters, but look into the book of Revelation. The Most High, he tells you exactly where you go end up at. You keep on causing contention. You worrying about somebody saying this about brothers and sisters. Well, shoot, I mean, what? We all been talked about. But this is one time we have to pick and choose our battles. What I'm literally saying, you have to literally pick and choose your battles. You will know whether you will spend time on that or not. Because now the battle is real. Your decision is real. Your action is real. It all depends on what you go use it for. People going to talk about you. They're going to be saying some things about you that's going to be like, some going to be true. Some of it is going to be true. A lot of it could be wrong, false. But you choose your battles. And don't get me wrong, I understand it. Don't nobody want nobody right here lying on them or even telling truth. Because where do you get the information from? What is the purpose of you spilling truth about your brother for? Is it going to build up the congregation? You're going to have it happen, Israel. It's going to be your people. But it's going to be that judge, Yahusha, who's going to stand and he going to start disciplining you brothers and sisters who are out there practicing that right down to this very day. You're going to be judged. Granted, now there are some brothers out there that's telling, it's getting out there and this warning brothers and sisters about the actions of other brothers and sisters. I get that. But when you become malice, yeah, you're going to stand before the Most High, and you're going to be judged for your tongue. And usually, when Israel open up their mouth and start running their mouth, usually that breath of life is also coming right out of you. If we think the Most High, if we know and think that the Most High is real, be real then, Israel. Be real. Know that he will take your life in order to protect his people from your shenanigans. This is not that time. We have too many things going on. We're seeing things on a world events. It's time for us to move differently. This is not the time for us to be fighting. Not just in Israel. We talking about you fighting within Judah. It's like Judah getting divided within themselves. That's crazy. But this is what it's boiling down to being. Judah is literally what? It's breaking up itself. Because this group over here believes this. That group believes this. That group, and all of them Yahudim. All of them are Yahudims. There's a bigger picture to this, Israel. This is all about survival. Let the Most High do what he's going to do. He said he's going to put truth in each and every last one of us, and then don't nobody have to go out here and teach nobody nothing. He said he's going to put it into our hearts. Israel, what makes you think I need to learn from you when the Most High said he's going to teach us? He's going to put it in our hearts. Not saying that we're not here to encourage one another and things of that nature. I'm not saying that. We can still do that. But at the end of the day, or the beginning of time, for Israel, reign to power, that's going to be that time when you're going to know. You're going to know you're going to know the whole truth. You're going to know all of his laws. You're going to know how to proceed with his laws. Then it's going to be about what do you want to do with this knowledge that you get, that the Most High has given you. You have free will. Choose life that you may keep living. That's what the Most High says. That free will and then that information the Most High says is going to put into our hearts, that's going to determine whether we want to live. If you want to go ahead and do things according to your flesh, trust and believe, you're going to die with your flesh. You're going to die with that flesh. You will get, and you go do it to yourself. You're going to literally do it to yourself. And no one, you can't blame no one. We're at this time, brothers. We're at this time where we have to start making decisive decisions of how we're going to move. We got to make decisive decisions. This is that time when you're seeing these things happening, brothers and sisters. I'm telling you. You got to start, you know, at some time, brothers, I come to realize, you know, I got to go through my subscription, who I'm subscribed to. And I got to go through them and look at them and things and see which ones I need to get rid of. And things. Sometimes you just have to do that, brothers and sisters. Is it edifying? Is it encouraging? But when you get down to it, brothers and sisters, I mean, when this awakening started to happen, yeah, we was always on these debates. I didn't too much care for them, but we was doing these debates. But we're at that time. We're at that time, brothers, where talking about debates and things, we know who we are, and we have a base of our faith, and that base is enough for us to know where we stand, and that is with Yahusha and Yahuwah. We know where we stand. Now, you may have an understanding over here about, let's just say, the birth of Yahusha. Now, you may have another group over here that said, well, I believe this birth is this way. All right. The Most High said he's going to eventually straighten that out. So leave it alone. Find a common base. A common base. Something that you do agree on. And maintain that faith on that. Because trust and believe. The Most High is going to put what's going to be yea and what's going to be nay. You're going to know. We're going to know. For any scripture that was taken out of our book, the Most High is going to straighten that out. Any mistranslation, he's going to straighten that out. He's going to do those things, Israel, for you. There will be no more deception in amongst Israel when it comes to our book. The Most High know exactly how to straighten all that out. But that one, that what he said, he's going to put it in our hearts, that right there, not necessarily the game changer. That's the life. That's our life, Israel. It's that understanding that is being put in us. And it's all about how we're going to take it and proceed with it. He's putting judgment. He's putting a judgment in your hand. How do you want to move? These are my rules. These are my regulations. This is true. This is false. Israel gonna know all of it. It's going to depend on how we wants to move with it. But all of this is taking place right now. There's a time with the Most High. Everything has a time and a date. This here, these days are, are winding down. The day that you least expected to happen is going to be a big. It's going to be a big boom. It's going to be a big blow to everybody. That's what it's going to be. But make sure that once everything hit the fan on the spiritual side, or for a releasing of a people side, yeah, that's the beauty of it. It got to happen, Israel. A nation must fall in order for you to come out of captivity, and that only the only nation that's out there that has a captive, a people, is still alive and kicking. It has its residue globally. It has its teachings globally. And once that beast head is cut off, I don't know if you all remember this one. Have you ever seen this? I'm quite sure some of you brothers seen this. Excuse me. Roots, and it's the 2016 version. And when in this the series of Roots, they came to a point where the North and South, they was fighting and everything. One side lost, and so this is when the slaves realized. The sister, she ran up saying, "Hey, oh, Ulysses got defeated and so and so, so and so." We and she said, "We're not slaves no more." For you all have seen that. That was a time where, if you, in the way Mario Van Peebles, he directed this one here, and the way he made it feel like it was slow motion, but it was like a happy moment. And the brothers, I mean, the slaves were taking off their this little leather patch to let them, let other people know, hey, they belong to this plantation and things of that nature. They were just taking them off and throwing them on the ground and scrubbing it into the ground. There was a spirit that came upon them of freedom, a spirit of freedom, where they felt where they can breathe just a little bit. Although it was only momentarily, it was just for that moment. That's what it was. But the one that we're about to see, Israel, now, you're going to know when you are out of captivity. It's going to take a destruction of a nation. And when I say this, brothers, that destruction has a network. All of them connected. All of them are connected. And for you, in all of life, is dependent upon the head of the mother. Once that head is cut off, Israel, once the head of this nation is cut off, that whole beast dies. No matter where it's located at. South Africa, West Africa, that beast dies. South America, European land, that beast dies. And this is going to be one time where Judah will have the same thing in common. It's going to be that feeling of freedom. They're going to know that they are free. The residue of Satan has nothing over you any longer. Right now, that's what we're up under his nose. The spirit of the air is his spirit. When that comes off, oh, it's a whole different ball game, brothers and sisters. It's a whole different ball game. Once we are from up under his nose, excuse me, even when we still up under his nose, because we still gonna be in the land of captivity, but we're cleaning it out. We are literally will be cleaning out, taking whatever we need to take to go back home. There's nothing that he could possibly do to us. Nothing, Israel, that he will be able to do to us while we're cleaning out nations. Taking back what was stolen. That time is not just on the horizon. Brothers and sisters, we're standing at the door. This is where we stand at. We got to continue to believe it. We should not be getting caught up in some childish talk. This jealousy that some brothers and sisters may have against one another, let that nonsense ride into the sunset. Let that brother or sister maintain their gift. This is not the time for us to be walking around here talking about you being jealous over your brother and things of that nature. We don't need that nonsense. And if you're a brother or sister that has that jealousy, you need to pray up on it and remove it. This is not the time we need your emotions to be messing with other brothers and sisters. We don't need that right now. We have always had that problem, Israel, trying to figure out who will be the best of these people here. The disciples, same thing. They was going back and forth talking about who's the greatest among them. What makes you think you're going to be anything different, Israel, of 2024, 2025? You're doing the same thing. Pray to the Most High, and each and every last one of you individuals know who you are when you have that jealousy. Pray about that. Ask the Most High to remove it. Start looking at your brother got a gift. Let that brother use the gift, because that's the gift that the Most High has given him. And if you come up against it, you fighting against the Most High. Always look at it like that. If you're a teacher, concentrate on teaching and encouraging. That's all you need to do. Remove the wickedness from your own eye, Israel. You don't have to stir stuff up because this brother got a gift. This sister got a gift. Matter of fact, you should encourage the brother with his gift to do good things. Support that brother or sister. This is how you fight it back against Satan and his system. Israel. This is what we need to do. And always we got to be on guard against this nonsense. We know that the devil is working against us. You have that knowledge. Keep the knowledge that this is this person MO. This is what he's going to do. And if you're having that type of spirit upon you, pray to the Most High to remove it from you. Always remove it. If it's not doing any good for the family, brothers, remove it. We got down to this time of the end, and we're bringing out all of this stuff here and this, that, there. Ask yourself first and foremost, is it edifying for the family? That's all you need to ask yourself. That's all. Israel, keep your head on a swivel. It's real now. And it's about to get I ain't gonna say a tad bit. It's about to get concrete real. It's about to get that way. Things are quiet somewhat. But then there's going to be a big blare, a big horn. And don't let it shock you. You keep on doing what the Most High said. Aunt Pat, shalom. You too, Brother Robert. You be safe out there, brother. Yeah, we got to maintain peace. We got to maintain it. The world is looking at all of us, Aunt Pat. The world is looking at all of us because the Most High is going to stand up. And the world is going to see me, you, Brother Robert, Brother Dave, Sister Van P. All of us are going to stand up and they're going to recognize these people have the sand of everlasting life. The spirit of the Most High is upon these people. These people want to make decisions now. I want to go with you. They're going to recognize Yahuwah's spirit upon you, Israel. All of you, they're going to recognize it. People are going to. What part of this we not understanding, Israel? You're going to be the center of attention. As a matter of fact, you are the center of attention of the devil. He don't want the word. He does not want us in front of the world. Now, we want to be pushed in front of the world because the Most High is going to push us out there, and they're going to see His spirit upon us. This world is going to make a decision. Some is going to make a decision of where they want to go and who they want to follow. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. Be those people, Israel. Be those people that stands firm with the Most High, who glorifies Him. We are a nation of people. We only have one Creator, one Elohim. Be that with the Most High. We are not gods. Our bellies is not gods. They should not be before the Most High. It should not. There should be nothing in front of us before the Most High, Israel. This is who we are. Let's be that example for the world. Because truthfully, you brothers and sisters that knows it, your action is going to save other people. Your action, your faith is going to save other people. They're going to recognize who you are. They're going to see the Most High Spirit upon you. Keep your senses in this time of the end, brothers and sisters. Keep your senses. The devil is out there. He's like a roaring lion, seeking to take us out. Keep your head on a swivel, Israel. Continue to pray for your brothers and sisters. And let us not maintain a judgmental attitude, brothers and sisters. Prayer and supplication, reliance upon the Most High is what we need. And if there's a judgment that has to be made, pray to the Most High and let Him lead you towards that judgment. That when you can say, hey, I asked the Most High and this is how He led me. Hand it back over to the Most High and we keep it moving. And on that note, brothers and sisters, you all be safe out there. I hope to be back on tomorrow, y'all willing, and that we continue to encourage one another. And on that note, I would say, brothers and sisters, shalom.